Our base car is the best sports car in the world, the Porsche 911. So why do you want to make changes to this car? Why do you want to have anybody tinker with this car? It is very simple. There are people out there, they feel the same way as I feel. They're looking for more Porsche, they're looking for more individual satisfaction when they get their car. And we have set all the examples over the years of what could be done more to the Porsche 911, and it has been well accepted. The beginning of that discussion and the triggering for our own success in the Porsche 911 story was definitely at the time in the 70s when the parole was out and it was announced by the factory the 911 will only be built for 2 or 3 more years, and they made the 911 less attractive just by reducing it down to one model, and it was less performance than before. So that was the chance for us to do more with the 911, and we're still doing it today. The 930 BTR, which was a 374 horsepower version of the 930. This was the car that actually broke the speed barrier of 300 kilometers per hour. And we were invited the first time from Road and Track for a high-speed contest in northern Germany, and Phil Hill was driving and Paul Frere was driving, and they ended up with this fantastic speed of 306.4 kilometers per hour. And nobody would have believed that this normal 911 would be the winner against all these super exotic cars. In 1987 we followed another invitation of Road and Track. It was World's Fastest Cars Volume 2, and we just barely finished our car, which was a complete new development. And at that time, this was definitely the most sophisticated development that we performed from our side. Now, our car was in this yellow color. We were the only ones that had a yellow car, and the photographers loved it, and they gave him a nickname. They called it the Yellowbird, and the car never got rid of that name, Yellowbird. Yellowbird is today a known name for this car. We had a top speed of 211 miles per hour, which was really a sensation. Paul Frere to me is one of the most phenomenal drivers and a great engineer. His expertise, everything that he knows from the past, plus he knows what the future is going to be. It's just amazing, and he can connect it all and he can put it together. He's really a walking dictionary. He's a very, very exceptional man.
Die Leute fragen mich immer, wie kann ein 911 so schnell sein und vor allen Dingen auf der Straße bleiben? Aber es war eigentlich kein Problem, das Auto bei der Geschwindigkeit auf der Straße zu halten. Man hat ein bisschen korrigieren müssen, aber es war gar kein großes Problem.
And again, we came home as the winners. which was really a sensation. So this was the story of the CTR, and that was the milestone that put us on the world map. Suddenly, the press people came from any place in the world, and they wanted to know about this car, and they wanted to test it, and they wanted to write a story. And this was the landmark number one for RUF Automobile.
Was ich bei RUF bewundere und schätze, dass er die Sachen wirklich gründlich macht. Zum Beispiel, das hatte ich noch nie gehört von einem Porsche-Tuner, irgendeinem, und RUF ist ja kein Tuner, er ist ja ein Hersteller, aber dass man für Leistungen wie die vom R-Turbo extra neue Pleuelstangen verwendet, weil angeblich die Serienpleuelstangen nicht für diese Leistung vorgesehen sind. Und alles wird also mit der gleichen Methode und mit der gleichen Akribie geprüft und, wenn nötig, geändert. Und seine Werkstatt ist ein richtiges Beispiel einer Idealwerkstatt.
Heilische Fahrer?
Heute habe ich gekauft.
Was? Das ist nur mein erster Trainer. Das ist schon besser. The world was waiting for a successor of the CTR, and so the CTR2 followed and was definitely a car that had a lot of changes, also in the bodywork and body style. And that was the significant difference to the CTR model that we had before. We suddenly showed some big cosmetic changes. It had a multifunctional rear engine lid that was at the same time the air intake for the intercoolers and for the engine cooling. It was a 520 horsepower version with an integrated roll cage in the body and still a very elegant appearance. The CTR2 is a very much appreciated car today, and we even made a wide body version, which was the CTR2 Sport. And we have CTR2s, well, basically everywhere in the world. It was also a US approved car. That means we could build that car for the United States market as well.